And are we live? Let me check. Yes, we're live. Sorry, slow to start today. Let me make sure my mic works. Testing. Yeah, that looks like it's working. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Hello. It's Friday. It's 8:51 p.m. on Friday, January 18th, 2019, and we are still making specifically this indie game. I don't think I uploaded the Wednesday stream to YouTube, so I'll just recap the week really quickly from what I remember, which is hazy at this point. But here's the art drops I've gotten from Rick so far. I think I talked through this, my back and forth with him on this. Generally, I wanted them to... the levels we're progressing towards this kind of an idea for levels. I don't know what to say about it, because I already talked about it a bit. They did finally they've been jamming on concepts today on Wednesday night. Is that right? What day is it? It's Friday. No, I'm sorry. Yesterday yesterday afternoon, I got this geo and I started putting that into the game. It's been kind of a whirlwind of a week. Until then, I've been giving them feedback on the concepts, and I kind of wanted to start figuring out how we actually figure this out in game. They did have a couple new concepts for me today. This morning I pushed back on some of the stuff I saw. I want to move away from curved edges. I want to have a world that's far more angular. I want to start pulling in the ideas of... there's certain things I want to do, like I want the world to be kind of off kilter a little bit more, and I can show you like how I kind of want to push towards that direction. I want things like, on this level, having this be not a soft curved edge like you see here, but having it be a hard edge, but an edge that's kind of got like an angle to it. And I think there's a lot more that we could explore in that direction. In general, they're big on having things like curtains and backdrops and things that kind of hang from nowhere, and that's bad for a lot of reasons. Like this obstructs the view when you turn the camera. Same thing they were thinking about for the dance floor. Where was that other one? Where's the dance floor that they just started? Oh dear, I have it here somewhere. In general, they have like this is me working from this morning. They're big on having backdrops in the non-playable space that would obstruct the camera as you turn the camera around. We need to think of it more as theater in the round, where the camera can turn around and nothing obstructs your view. So things like this. They were working at the dance floor and they wanted to have this sort of an idea, but I really need to push. I've been pushing back pretty hard on this, because obviously if you turn the camera, that's gonna block the camera, and you need to be able to turn the camera a lot in this game. So there's a bunch of conversations about that today, and in general, this is not the direction I think we're gonna go for the dance floor. So yeah, a lot of my work this week has been pushing with concepts. On Monday, yesterday morning, and so forth, on Wednesday during the stream as well, I was working on the opening cinematics. So when you open a level, you kind of get like a little scene where the dialogue plays out, and after that dialogue, you start playing the game. And so I like on stream on Wednesday night when I was chilling, we got that all working all the way up. We basically did all of Quat's stuff, so you have these kind of moments, and then you play the game, or here's a random level. Just in general, setting up what that might look like. This still needs a lot of polish. Yesterday, before I got the art asset drop, I was working on that for the trombone, and I haven't done any of this background scrims. I've just been working on like moving over to the new system so that when you start a level, there's a unique camera and you see the dialogue, and then you click or you do whatever and you play the level. So I did a lot of that for the trombone. Like I did the entirety of the trombone starting up first pass. There's still a lot more to do there, but I need to set that aside because the biggest thing is figuring out, now that we have Geo, trying to figure out how to get that to work in game, and that's like a massive struggle, and I'm completely out of energy, so it's been difficult. But like I'm trying to make it real, get their models in game. I got their basic models. I've already started kind of remodeling this. They didn't have like any outlines on them yet, which is totally like, they're gonna get there. Pushing their models, just even in this early place, so I started pushing their models to having more curves, rolling some detail out. That's what you saw in this round of feedback here. Like, let's lose detail when you get lower. In general, I'm trying to push. I took their colors and I changed them already. I'm going to change them more so that when you're on a level, you're always in a warm color space, and the other levels are always a cold color space. The drum here wasn't working. There's just a lot to do here. There's a lot to do here. We've barely begun this. This still looks like ass. I need to make that not look like ass. I kind of like punked out. Like, I had the last meeting with them, and then it was 2 o'clock, and I had done nothing but talk all day, and then I took a nap, and then I ran errands. So I haven't done any actual work on this today. So I'm gonna stream, and we're gonna get shit done. Glad you like it, Marcos. You've never heard of robots. Oh, you have heard of robots. There are no laws in robotics, Port Punky. They're lawless, basically libertarian. I'm out of soda. I should have gone to the grocery store today, but I didn't. And there's a blizzard coming, so like the lines at the grocery store are too long. So I'm gonna live on canned goods and I guess tea for the next bit. And until I become a murderous robot myself. Port Punky. That's what we're gonna do. The robots won't kill unless we train them to kill. They learn from us. They're an extension of our worst selves. Cold. You guys don't mind if I wear a Snuggie. I am lazy. I am tired. I am going to stop bitching. Okay. Where do we even begin here? Oh god. So I just got the shaders to work, barely. In that they exist. Because they didn't exist. So now we have shaders. I have to move over to the new shaders. Like, Alright. Couple things. So there's the idea of level 1, level 2, level 3, and then there's 2B, which is like this in-between plank, because I need something to be here when level 3 goes away. So you have something that you're hitting. And if this goes away, I need you to still see it. I haven't figured out what that's going to look like yet. It worked well with the old art style, but not so well with this one. And that's why you see this crap here. It's because I didn't figure that out here yet. I didn't figure that out here. So we need to figure that out. You know, maybe I have a system that only lowers it a certain amount based on the current level. Like, it wouldn't be so bad if this only lowered down to there, right? Or should I make a new system? Same thing with this. No, I want that to disappear basically entirely. I don't know what to do for this. Because we can't have fractional levels hanging out, and I can't have that be that tall. I don't know what to do for this. I don't want to define a maximum amount that a level can lower, because like, what if you're playing down here? I want this to lower way more. Crap. I'm glad you like it, Linksky. It will look good at some point, I swear. It's really bad right now. I don't know what to do. I know what to do. There's just a lot of it. Broken piano dudes? They're not broken. Look at her. She's not broken. She's whole. She's happy. She's jamming. I am happy with this. I am ridiculously stressed out about stupid shit right now. Just because I've been working too many hours, I think. You're not familiar with classic puzzle game art? No, I don't think I actually am Port Punky. I've played not enough puzzle games would be accurate. And since I started this, but I began playing like the puzzle games you guys make, which no offense, but like, how would I put it? I really like what you guys do with the puzzle script and stuff, but it's not like I can't. Like I'm a 3D artist. Like there's like it's gotta have good art. Like it's not gonna be a puzzle script game. And so I don't really have a good mapping for like what a puzzle game should look like in 3D really. There's like mobile puzzle games, but I don't wanna do that gross ass mobile style. It's functional, Port Ponky, and in a way it's good because it keeps things in the abstract. And honestly, like most of your time in game development, when you just look at the hours, like the work, most of it is just art, especially level art, which is why when I started this game, when I was going to do it solo, I made the level art so simple that I knew I could get away with it. And I kept it all in procedural shaders. And I love what we're doing. Like, I think it's going to be cool. I want this really badly, like this end vision that they got, that we've been working towards. I think the new art style is lovely. I want it. But holy fuck, is it a lot of work. I'm an idiot. But I want it. It's pretty. I'm an idiot. I got enough collaborators right now, Toppy. Thanks, sir. You're making 3D puzzle script? If it was a secret, you shouldn't have said it out loud, man. Now I know. Dunking on 2D. I'm sorry, Lono. Hey, man, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Chris Light, I haven't seen you in a while either. How's PAX? How are you doing this? From PAX. I'm sorry, when you messaged me earlier, I was falling asleep and then I fell asleep. So I hope I wasn't rude earlier, Chris. I was just like, I was on my phone, I was like, thumbs up. And I conked out. Like I took a nap today real bad. I'm tired, man. Hey, Eric Squab. I don't think I've ever dunked on 2D. I love well done 2D. I dunk on pixel art. And that's bad, and that's because I'm an elitist bitch, and I'm working on it. Lately I've seen some pixel art that's turning me around, I'll admit. Yeah, I knew as I did that, I'm like, Chris is gonna think I'm mean, but I'm tired. I just thumbs up it and fell asleep. I'm sorry, man. Hey, Andy Respawn. It doesn't look that much better yet. Give it a bit. God. Like, this is just what I just got the models in and I got the diffuse texture working. I'm streaming because I don't want to work anymore and I need to figure out, like, I have the weekend. I need to get this to a certain place where I can give them guidance on how to build the models going forward. And I think what I need them to do is to make two UV sets for each model. I think I need them to do one UV set that's going to have all of the, one UV set for the tone and one for the values. And basically we're going to keep, like, all of their environments are just this sheet right now. Like, they take the models, they take all the UVs and they scrunch them down and put them on one square. And I've just been manipulating the colors by manipulating the colors of this square. It's really janky. And this is for a different asset. But, like, this is all of, everything is just a color right now. And I like that, and I want to be able to switch. I want to keep this idea that when you're on a level it's warm and when you're off of a level it's cold. And I want to be able to manipulate that by manipulating two different textures. So I want to have all the color about these two textures specifically. So I want to have all the color information in one UV set. And I think what I want to do is set it up so they have a second UV set where they can do the scratches and things, because I need them to have that sketchy look. I don't think we've congealed on it quite yet, but this idea that like there's these scribbles and things, if they want to put that directly on the asset, because for some assets they're going to have to, I think I want them to use a second UV set for that. They're hesitant, like what I did where I just laid down planes for all of the lines. I don't think they're super jazzed about that, because I think it was easy to do that procedurally, but it's going to be a serious pain to do that like bespoke for each asset. So we've got to figure something out there. I have to solve a lot of problems before Monday, and I can't because tomorrow I've got like a funeral in the morning and I've just got a lot going on. And yesterday I had to go to like, what do you call it? A dinner, so I didn't get a lot done yesterday either. Last night, like the Humble Bundle was in town taking us all out to dinner. I'm bitching. That's what this stream is. It's me bitching. I'm sorry. Oh, Chris, nobody blames you. It's fine. I do miss the podcast though. Break into a prison. What? Are there ads on these streams? I don't see ads when I look at other people's streams. Is it because I'm not paying any money for Twitch? Oh, it's because I have Amazon Prime, right? Is that the deal? To be fair, I'd be shocked if you did edit the last one, Chris, like, because that was super uncool. Like, we did a podcast, it was Rami, Chris, and I, and Chris lost internet, and Rami and I just talked for like 2 hours. So it's not fun to edit, because he's not even in it, and like, Rami and I just went on forever. This is like, I think I told you I was getting funding to up-res the level art. This is the level art that I've been working back and forth with this team to try to establish a new art style for the environments. They're basically, I got 2 people full-time, 2 concept artists full-time, and a couple of people that have rolled on and off. And I just go back and forth with them each day, and we're crawling towards this look. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna have done in time for GDC, because we have to, I'm not gonna have the whole game done in time for GDC, because the problem is, the level select screen is the entire world. And today they pulled me aside, they're like, Gwen, you know we're not gonna have the whole world for GDC. And I was like, okay, so what can we get? Because they're redoing the UI as well, eventually. And we've got to figure out what the backdrop is for the world, and just a lot of things. We're just talking about a lot of things. Talking through our feelings a lot. You have to make a whole game for GDC. Crap, man. Like from scratch. Just reskin Ikebana. Bake the lighting on GDC. Just don't even make a build, the X script. Just run it in Pi. No, I left them last SWED, Indie Respawn. I exited that company back in September, and I pursued funding to get this done. You need to make a game that makes people sad. I think there's a whole jam about that, right? Like a game of stuff that's getting deleted. Thanks, Indie Respawn. It's been a pretty wild bit. I'm in a pretty good place. I was really chill. Now I'm getting nervous again for no reason. Well, for reasons. I got a lot to do very quickly. I don't want to do it and I'm tired. That's the theme. We need to get off of this negative shit. We need to get back to being happy. Rami had a game on the show floor that they made in 2 weeks. Man, Rami is so charismatic. Like, I cannot match his energy. I can match his energy for an hour, and then I'm just like, okay, I need to go. I don't know how he does it. He is such an extrovert. I've never met somebody that extroverted in the games industry in my life. Maybe ever in any industry. He's a rare bird, man. I'm impressed. Yeah, the Blamber guy. Dude, like, I've seen him, like, just talk for a day, like, no problem, days. Just so extroverted. With complete energy, never, like, crash at all. I don't know how he does it. It's something that I thought everybody faked, but, like, there's one person in the world I met that can do it, and it's him. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm impressed. Also, I'm tired. I can't keep up with Rami. I don't know, Port Ponky. It's been done. It's been done. You got to compete with Bennett Foddy if you want to go for the making people regret they play games kind of thing. I feel like that's a niche that's been cornered. Yeah, people were taking photos with him while you guys were talking. I bet, yeah. He'll spin up 3 conversations at once around him. He's an impressive dude. I'm working with him on a thing. The goal is I must be about 10% more woke in 2019. I'm working my way towards being slightly more woke than historical. Historically, I have been. Is Foddy trying to make me not like it when he keeps talking? I mean, he was pretty explicit about his goals, if you listen to the trailer. I believe Bennett Foddy said in the trailer... Oh, shit. Thanks, Indy Respawn. I appreciate it, man. Pretty sure Bennett Foddy was like, I'm doing this because I hate you. I'm doing this to hurt you. I'm pretty sure that was his stated intent. I take people at their word. I believe it's possible. You need to find a new negative reaction. There's the, somebody, Natalie something on my Twitter feed. I saw this post. She's making a game where there's just this avatar that's gonna, like, the games all get deleted at the end of the gem at GDC. You play the games and they're all deleted. And her whole thing is she's making an avatar that's, like, knows it's about to die and it's coming to grips with its death. That's a whole thing, guys. That's a whole mood, as the woke kids say. It's the power. I don't think this should be drawing. One of these things is not like the others. God, I'm brain dead. VR games have the nausea angle. Yeah, so you got the physically ill with VR. You've got the, like, psychologically messing with you with Bennett Foddy. You've got the, like, people have got the sad thing covered. Like, Port Bunky, I don't think you can lean into, like, the tragedy or the illness. Like, I think that Dragon Cancer really hit that one. We got games dealing with death. I don't know what negative emotion you can lean into here. Maybe rage. Actually, that might be an untapped market. Kids love screaming angry things, right? You could be screaming angry and happy. That's possible. If you've seen, which one was it? Marksepticeye? Screaming, but about positivity. That's interesting. It's a whole thing you could do. You think button mashing pain is physical strain? I don't know, York's Grup. I feel like we can push that a little bit further. I feel like, at least for the physical activity, we could go to, like, you know, Dance Dance Revolution or some shit, man. I suppose you could make that more physically agonizing if you put, like, tacks on the floor. It's possible. Make players angry at the structure of the universe. Make a game that makes people feel stupid. That's always fun. I can't think of one of those off the top of my head. 360 treadmill for a VR game. Like a puzzle game. I don't think puzzle games, if they're done well, make you feel really smart. I suspect that's kind of the goal. I don't think the goal is to actually make you feel stupid. Then again, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it all wrong. You can't rule these possibilities out. I wish I had soda. I have this crap. I could use this crap. It's got caffeine. Alright, I'll have something similar to soda. I mean, if you're crazy, you don't know you're crazy. That's kind of the point. And if you're stupid, you don't know you're stupid. That's sort of the point. So everybody should always be questioning that. Always, right? Because the only person that can tell you that is somebody else. And can't make sense. Hey Rory, what's up, dude? Let's just not work today. Oh, I have to figure, what do I have to figure out? So we're gonna roll another modeler onto the project. So I circled the assets that I think they can start on from some of those concepts. I got this sort of working. What do I need to get done? I need to figure out what I can feasibly do before GDC, and I guess I won't know that until I've done at least a corner of the world. Once we have a corner of the world done, we'll know how long it'll take to do the whole world, and I'll know how much of the world I can do. Oh, I don't want to. I'm so tired. Every time he says, well, oh, Portal did that in a way, right? Make fun of them. Like, you can't beat this. Fine, anyone could have beaten that. Like, just be an asshole. Yeah, it's possible, Port Punky. I like that. Do you feel like Portal did it already, though? I would be afraid to be anything similar to Portal. Just because I don't feel like I could compete in that realm. Hey, Sim Game Dev. Yeah, I'm gonna be at GDC. I'm debating... Like, somebody emailed me and said, hey, have you considered submitting to the mix? Because it's $400. And I was like, all right, let me think about it. That's on Monday night, so that's the same night I usually host the animation boot, like the animation boot camp is Monday, and then we have our party, which I host on Monday night. So kind of tempted to blow it off, and because I'm like the one that sets up the party, but then I feel like not going to my own party would be stupid. But I also feel like this is a pretty cheap way to get a lot of people to play the game, so maybe I should do it. Probably going to go to EGX Resed out in the UK, which is the first week of April, which is 2 weeks after GDC. So it might be good to get, like, I don't know. Does it... I don't know how many of these things you should go to. It's good to have strangers playing the game. I was going to go to Boston Indies on Monday, but they canceled it because of the blizzards coming Sunday. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Sorry. But I'll definitely be at GDC. I'll be speaking on Monday. I'll be around all week. It's your first time going to GDC? Oh, I love GDC, man. I'm still like... Alright, I'm gonna call a friend at Epic. They have a booth. They put... I'm such a brat. They put the Flame and the Flood in their booth back when we launched that at GDC. So I keep emailing people. I'm like, hey, do you know what you're doing for GDC yet? Need a game? Need a game? Need a game? Need a game? I don't want to be like a pest. But they haven't said no yet. So I'm just going to keep doing that until somebody tells me to fuck off. EGX, Linksky, I went to the EGX in Birmingham. I would say it's fine. It's nowhere near as big as PAX. Birmingham is not a like hip place. It wasn't fun. It would be like going to Going to Birmingham is like going to America and then going to like Hartford, Connecticut. It's like, wait, what is this place? And you're eating like, you're stuck near the airport eating like the shittiest food. Like, I guess what would it be? Like Taco Bell. Because literally the convention hall is connected to the airport, which was connected to my hotel. So it was just like I was eating airport food. It was not my favorite conference. I definitely I like E3 more. I like the PAXs a lot more. I love PAX. I've never been to PAX South, but I like PAX Prime and PAX East quite a bit. And they're so much bigger. Like so much bigger. But I will say, the reason I would go to EGX Rest, the other one, is because it's in London, which is cool. And it's it's frequented by the press in a very big way because it's connected to the BAFTAs. So the ratio of press to not press is high. It's my cold business thinking there. You're at PAX South right now. How was Stockholm? I loved Stockholm. That was the first time in a long time I felt like I could like move to a place. I felt like I could move there and live there. I liked Stockholm a lot. Pro puke. PAX Prime has been my favorite. I went in 2013 to help a PS4 launch. Yeah, Seattle is fun, especially if you're not there when it's like overcast and shitty. And PAX Prime is like, it's good. It's busy, but it's not horrifying busy like Gamescom. It's spread out a bit. I don't know, I like PAX Prime a lot. It's great if you're an indie. Loads of indies. Oh, where'd I go? York Script, well, that was like the end of my trip, so I didn't do much. It was raining, but we just walked around. There's, this is gonna sound terrible, but, oh fuck, what did we do? We went to a couple things. There was a really nice restaurant that one of my foodie friends wanted to go to. We went there. There was a, there's a beer I've always loved, and I'm spacing on it now. It's like, you can't get it draft in America. But my favorite beer I managed to get on draft out there. They actually had like a location for it, which was crazy. Oh god, what was it called? Duvel? D-U-V-E-L. I don't know why, I've just always loved that beer. If I ever see it, I always get it. And they actually had like a plate, like a literal place where you could buy it on draft, which is great. Gamescom is horrifying, yeah. I went to one art gallery, I met up with the others, we went to a bunch of, there was like a photography gallery that was really sweet out there. I loved that. And just generally walked around. It just felt like it was a city, it was cool, it was interesting, there was a lot of interesting stuff to do, but I could also see myself living there, you know? Didn't feel like a place you kind of visit and don't want to live. I liked it a lot, New York Scrub. I went to PAX East with Microsoft last year. Yeah, PAX East is pretty big. It's huge. Good night, Pro Puke. Yeah, it's a very walkable city, York Scrub. That's what I like about it. I like that about Boston when it's not frigid. Boston's also a very, very walkable city. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. We were wandering through, like, I think we covered most of Stockholm. I was walking through, like, I like in Europe when you get those tiny little winding streets. You didn't have a lot of that. Like, it wasn't like, you know, Lisbon. But it was, you did have that kind of older area where there, like, cars can't get through, and you've got, like, those very narrow streets. That was fun to walk around. In general, we walked across, I think, like a massive bridge, and we were just along the water and stuff. It's just a beautiful place. I should have done some game dev, like biz dev bullshit while I was there, but I just didn't feel like it. Someone told me at the time, like, you want to go talk to publishers? And I was like, no, I don't, man. Really just don't. I just kind of want to enjoy the city and then go home. But yeah, a lot of interesting galleries and museums and stuff. York Scrum. You like Boston? Well, you would like Boston. It's the closest to London in terms of vibe and feel. Like New York is too big. Boston feels very European. Boston is interesting because it's got such a mix of cultures, and I don't mean cultures. I mean like it's a mix of American cultures, right? Like you got like proper Boston, like Southie Boston, which is very like very blue collar, very I don't know how else to put it. Sports ladies, you know, boss, Boston. And then you get the like the financial district, which is kind of small. It's just like it's the financial district that couldn't make it in into New York. And then you got the kind of tech hub out here in Cambridge, which is like it takes walking from the heart of Cambridge to the heart of Boston is about a 35-minute walk, and you're literally walking from like very old-fashioned Boston, which is very like I don't know how to explain it, especially coming from San Francisco, like very old-fashioned in their way of thinking and so forth, and like, kind of cool old towny European vibe, brick buildings and stuff, to Cambridge, which is like the most liberal imaginable part of this country, and like Harvard and MIT and all the schools around here, and they're just right next to each other. And you walk a little bit outside of Cambridge and you get to like Somerville, close to where I live, which is just a giant art community of people who couldn't afford to live in the other two places. It's so many different parts of so many different schools of thought, and most of them are brilliant. Like just in general, people here are smarter. I don't know how else to put it. Like the conversations are more interesting. Everybody's doing interesting things. The upside is definitely the people. The downside is definitely the weather. Like you get so much snow some of these years that they couldn't they had to like fill dump trucks full of snow and cart it out of the city because they couldn't put it anywhere. Like the dealing with just the fucking weather in this place is hell. I hate that shit, man. But it's interesting. It's an interesting place. A lot of different people, very different personalities and ideas and stuff. I like it. Very different vocations, just everything. Seattle's your favorite, Chicago's a close second. Yeah, Seattle is so clean. There's things about Seattle I love. I used to think I would end up there one day. Like that would be where I would grow old. It's like someday I'll be done, moving around and being stupid, and I'll just plant myself in Seattle. And I always believed that. But the reality is, living out here, I've realized I just can't take how overcast it is a lot of the time. And I think Seattle will be even worse. Because it just gets so dark. But it is clean because it rains all the time. So everything's always like freshly washed and shit. In Chicago, I was surprised by how much I like that. That was actually a pretty cool city. It's kind of... You get a lot of movement between San Francisco, Boston, Austin, Seattle. Like, people move between these cities for some reason a lot. You get a lot of transplants moving around between these cities. Nobody goes to Chicago or from Chicago. Like, people just wind up there and then stay there. It's weird in that way. It's not part of, like, the hypermobile circuit. Like... Yeah, I don't know. Most of the people I know in San Francisco are not from San Francisco, and in 10 years won't be living there. You know what I mean? Whereas in Chicago, it's like, what? I'm here. My family's here. I mean, it's just how it is. Yeah, it's the hub of the Midwest. Let me see, where else have I been? I went to Minneapolis once, but only for like a day, and that was creepy. Because, like, I walked into a bar, and, like... I look around, and at the time I had like a bob, and literally everyone looked exactly like me. Like, was about my height within 1 or 2 inches. Everybody was white with like the same bob and blue eyes, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, it was actually weird. I was super weirded out in Minneapolis. I might have just been that one bar at that one moment. I don't know what the deal is, but I was just like, this is weird. I've never felt like culture shock in that way. The Twin Cities. Then again, I was literally only there for like 24 hours or so I can't really judge. And I don't even know if you'd count that as the Midwest. What else you got? You got, Colorado's got some cool places. There's some game dev in Boulder and Bend, right? Twin Cities is cold as fuck. Yeah, I don't like the cold. I'm throwing that out there. Not a fan. Some people going between, like, Colorado and San Diego for some reason, swap a lot of spit. Maybe it's the, like, if you're really into snowboarding, you might really be into surfing. I don't know. I'm making shit up now. Like, I have no idea why. Negative 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, fuck. Yeah, something's happening. I gotta hunker down. I got canned goods, so I'll be fine. I should have gone to the grocery store today. But it was slammed. But yeah, in Boston, it looks like we're gonna get a significant amount of snow on Sunday, and it's gonna drop down to being about, like, 10 degrees or lower on Monday. And then it'll bounce back up. Which is not bad. Like, I can't complain. We've had no snow this year. This year has been really, really decent. It's been a very mild winter. Yeah, the darkness, yuck scrap. I feel you on that one. I do miss the weather in San Francisco was so perfect. Every day was like, it's so convenient. Every day was like somewhere around like light jacket or a sweater weather, and it varies by 10 degrees all year. So as soon as you move out of there, if you move somewhere like here, you have to have like, here's the clothes I wear in the winter, and here's the clothes I wear in the summer. Like, you have to quintuple the amount of crap you own just because to deal with like seasons. Fuck seasons. Oh, you live in Hawaii? You lucky shit. Well, I don't know. Hawaii is difficult because getting anything sent there is super expensive, right? And you gotta, like, parts of Hawaii don't have electricity. There's downsides to being on an island. Upsides being you live on a fucking tropical island, so really, some pretty serious upsides there too. Someday none of this will matter, because very soon people are going to realize, like, we're moving towards a world where everybody can do their jobs online. For most of these white collar jobs, like most of the people I know that are working in tech and stuff, more and more rapidly people are working from home, and being able to work from home is extremely important. And as soon as someday this is going to tip, and these places that are absurdly expensive there's going to be a housing crash there, and people are going to start living wherever they want to that has decent internet, and that's going to be interesting. By then, hopefully Hawaii will have their infrastructure in place, because if they have decent internet, then I think a lot of people would want to live there. Alright, you're screw. I would live in Stockholm. There's cities like, I don't know if I would ever live in Berlin. It seems like a real downer. Stockholm just seems so cool. Like, it's cool. It's a cool place to live. Good choice. I liked it. You know, and shit's not going so great here in America. So if we, you know, maybe Stockholm. That's all I'm saying. Yo, is this power when it snows? Oh, dude, if we lost power, I don't know what I'd do. I didn't even consider that. I'm supposed to, god damn it. We haven't had a big snowstorm this year, so I've gotten out of the routine, charging all my devices and stuff. No, it better not fucking snow. I can't lose power this weekend. I got too much to do. Like making demands of the weather. Look, weather, I'm gonna need you to cooperate. I've got things to do. Yeah. Stockholm is amazing internet. A lot of things about Stockholm are great. I'm into it. I was there for 3 days. I'm like, I'm ready. I'll move. I'm in. Once it hits -40, where the fuck do you live, Linsky? Oh, Canada. Yeah, Canada. Yeah, okay. My buddy just moved from, where was he? Was he in Chicago? He moved from Chicago to Edmonton. He's like the animation director over at, what do you call it? The new Bioware game in Edmonton. Oh, that poor shit. I don't know what he's gonna do. That's gonna be brutal. There's a limit to how many non-snow days the city administration can really allow before people get too angry by the lack of off time. Where do you live, Soviet Misaki? Yeah, I think there are more gamers in places where it's like darker and overcast more of the time. Colorado. Colorado gets good snow too. Nothing though to date as like I complain about the weather here, but nothing beats later Cine. The amount of snow we got in Rochester. RIT is an incredible tech school because you'll never leave the campus. They have tunnels underground between your classes and your dorm, and there's just like you get the lake effects snow. You're not fucking going anywhere. You are hunkered down in your goddamn dorm, and you are just gonna. You'd like this is not a party school. There's nothing but the work. Get a lot done. You learn a lot at RIT. Yeah, I believe it. If you're forced inside into a computer, you tend to just start getting really into those hobbies. That's probably why there is so many. Because there is a lot of game dev in Sweden. I was pretty. I guess I'm very locked into like the American, game dev scene. So I don't really keep track of stuff. But I do feel like outside of America, you got like Berlin, Sweden. I think mostly just Stockholm. And then you get like a lot going on in the UK. I think mostly in London. You get a bit in Australia, but that scene, like the Melbourne scene seems kind of like maybe not as like I heard it's coming back, but it was kind of on the decline for a while. Oh yeah, Australia to Toronto. Fuck, that's a thing. I guess you get some in South America too, huh? You're starting to see more and more. You think there's a bunch of indies in the EU? Or in Australia? I mean, yeah, you got the Melbourne scene. Melbourne scene? The second highest game companies per capita in Stockholm. In the world. Where's the first? So you got DICE, Avalanche, Paradox. Sure. Game companies per capita. Companies per capita or developers per capita? Because I'd be pretty shocked if San Francisco... Like, I know LA's got you beat. I wouldn't be shocked if San Francisco doesn't. But I know LA's got... Like, the number of people working in film and games in LA is all of them. Yeah, Irrational had a branch down there. That all folded though, Soviet, like years ago. Good night, Yerk Scrub. I'm gonna get more water. This is good, I didn't want to work. You think it's better this way? What way, Roy? Being lazy? Just never worked. Yeah. Well, like Gotta get the ducats, man. Gotta make a game, gotta sell it. I believe Port Ponky once told me that Twitch is a productivity tool. I'm wearing a Snuggie, don't judge me. It's chilly. It's supposed to be -10. Oh, I don't even, like, know where to start. Well, at the very minimum, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Why did that happen? Just a little more caffeine. Because we're streaming. Apply to be an indie millionaire. Yeah, really. Who's taking applications for that? I'm in. Alright. So let's figure out. Like, am I just gonna have the side of the. I'm just gonna say. Like, I could have this element move down through everything and have this stay. That's a thing I could do. I feel like that would be a bit stupid. Let's just, I don't want to make a new system for this. Maybe I don't need to. Okay, so right now what happens is any level you're not on lowers into the ground all the way. What if I change the amount it lowers to be where you currently are plus 200 units? Will that work in every single instance? No, probably not. Right? Because like in that case, the level center is here, there's a wall protruding up out of it. That doesn't help us. But I kind of want to try it. Like maybe, like where, how many times would that be a problem? I think that would usually solve the problem. Let's see. I think I could try that pretty quickly. Offset world and see. So here's where what all that's happening when I move those levels down is I'm going to the vertex shader and I'm moving the world position offset down. And where I'm moving it to is I get the object position, which is set so that the center is always the floor of the level that you're on. RGB, so I'm getting the Y? I'm getting the Y. That doesn't make sense. Offset world C. What? getting the y. I'm subtracting this arbitrary number. I'm multiplying it by 0.5. If offset world C is greater than 0. Okay, so I think this is a bool, basically. I'm setting it to 1 if I want it to happen. Oh, okay, no, sorry, ignore this. This is for a different thing. Fuck that. Okay, so this is the actual thing. Okay. This is for offsetting for a specific cinematic scene where I'm doing like the wave. Yeah, no, fuck that. Okay, so this is the actual thing. Get the level center, which I set on every level. Add negative 1,000 because it's cheaper to do an add than a subtract. Multiply by -1. Okay, so all right. So why am I doing that? Subtract 1,000 and then invert it. Because the lowest I ever want you to be is 1,000. Is that the deal? And if you're obstructing the camera, lerp to that location, which is basically your object position. Get the position. Get the level center. Subtract 1,000. Okay, yeah. So by adding that, you're getting it down to 1,000 in global Z. Okay. And then X and Y, this is the offset by Z. Are you affected by Z? Okay. So this is the part I want to mess with. Okay, so level center. Okay, so interesting. There should be a global parameter. Like this. No. Where's my globe? I just forget the name of the node. Alright, don't hassle me. Just give me, like, I'm using this everywhere. On like the wall. Where's the global? Alright, global material parameter. So give me, oh, I had it everywhere. I'm done. Okay, so the global current pawn location. Current pawn ground height. Let's go with that. So rather than get the level center, so say you're, I don't know, give me an example so I can figure out what the hell I'm doing here. So this level center, all right, your Z is 2200. Subtract 1,000, that'll be 1200. So I want to move you down. Okay, yeah. So all this is I'm going to change this to subtract. Subtract the pawn height. Not quite. Pawn height plus 200. Subtract that. Yeah, I use that material function in all the materials because that's the thing I do to shrink the world down. So let's see what that does. You think I should apply to, oh, we already had that conversation. I have to compile every shader. Should I go to the mix at GDC? Do I ever feel like I'm in a loop? What, like Groundhog Day? Or just... I need more information, Rory. That could be a lot of things. Well, that didn't work out. That's incorrect. What that's doing is it appears to be moving everything up. Interesting. Alright, well, no. That's not right. What the hell did I just do? So before, you were adding negative 1,000. 2,200, negative 1,200. Multiplied by negative 1. So now you'll be, say, obviously this is wrong. Now you'll be like, say, your 1795. Oh, yes. Oh, of course. Right. So this should need like an if statement. Or a clamp. Clamp this between negative 10 billion and 0. That's not actually 10 billion, but that's okay. We don't need it to be 10 billion. All right, let's try that. Wait for that to compile. All right, Rory, that's cute. Hey, Prinzo, what's up, dude? All right, let's see. It's still compiling. Got some heavy burrows there, girl. Okay. Interesting. Well, now you're only... Are you only ever going down 200? Okay. So I'm bad at math. Or logic. Or both. Because that did not do what I expected at all. So... Say you're 2200. The current pawn height here is going to be... Let's check it out. 2,500, so that'll be 300. Doing next, this would be negative 100. So if you're like, what are you by default? 2,800. So what we want is, let me make sure I'm not real stupid here. But what should happen is, so this is 2,800. Also, maybe I don't need to subtract the 200. So 2,800. Are all of you? No, that's weird. Interesting. Maybe did that wrong. Anyway, so 2,800 minus 2,500. So I'll play down 300 times negative 1, negative 300 plus your current location. That should work. For the sake of you, let's get rid of this. Well, why didn't this one work though? So this is 3,200 minus... I guess part of the problem is... No, I'm using the current pawn location, so that should be fine. Right? Current pawn ground height. So that should come in at 2,400. So this should be 800. Yeah, this should be negative 800. This should move down all the way. Why is it not? I mean, let's get rid of this adding 200 thing. I'll wait for that to compile. Sorry, every time I check Twitch, I open that. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's what I want. Levels shrink down just enough to... Yeah, that might be the right way to do this. Kind of like that. Let's see if that causes a problem. Let's just play through stuff. So like... Obviously this works. Does this work? Here. Well, no, because there's a big ass wall, right? Like, I like theoretically like this, but it's gonna be places like this where we got a big wall. You're not shrinking down enough. What do I do there? Because like here, this is still sticking out a lot. Maybe a more complicated area. Where's an area that's hard to see? So like maybe... This level's kind of low down there. Oh, this doesn't shrink down. I don't know, I think I'm gonna like it. I think this is a good idea. I think I'm just gonna assume that this, I'm gonna find a way to make this work. I'm just gonna write another check. I haven't. Another check I have to deliver at some point here. It's fixing the edge cases for this, but I don't think this is gonna be a difficult one. Like, I would want that to go down more. No, I'm going to assume I'm going to get that to work, and I'll probably have to add a float to each level that has an optional extra amount that level dips down into the level spreadsheet, and I think that's how I'll do it. I mean, we're not talking about that many levels to make that happen, and I honestly think that looks cooler. So we'll do that. That's the new plan, and that simplifies a lot of things. It solves some problems. Now I don't need to have these in between stitching kind of areas, so we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this and what I had done here, because I don't need them in this brave new world. Why are you weird? What's your deal? No, you're gone now. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Which means I do need to go into here. So, alrighty, open up opening levels 3. What? Let's check it out. Vert. I'm just deleting the source files for these in-between levels that we won't be using anymore, because I have a new plan. So this is the new plan. All right. And this is my FBX for level 3. Okay. Min of the object height minus the pawn height plus 2 or 200. Yup. Wait. Object height minus pawn height. Object height. Max of that or 0 is what it ended up being. 2D realms. For how much you subtract, because this is the offset that I need it to be in Z from where it currently is. Because I'm telling the shader how much do I want you to move down in Z. Why is that bright blue? I thought I changed that. Let's see. I color shifted all of the colors for the levels to something warm. So, where did I put all this stuff? Here. Okay, yeah. I just didn't re-import it. So this looks like ass, but you know, we're getting to a place, I guess. Yeah, like I can already tell, this is going to need to shrink way more, right? I'm going to need, because the only variables I have are where the floor is, but this goes way high up. I need the topmost, I need some variable for the topmost part of this level. Or just a variable that's like, here's how much I want you to shrink in addition to your floor. You can do it like that. What is that? Why is there a random ass cube there? What are you for? Huh? Center. You're not there for that. Tags. She's kind of a cube, huh? Well, now you're dead. That's how these things go. Alright. And what the fuck is this? Oh, that looks like the normals are wrong. I need to do so many little things. Okay, we can't. There's a lot I don't like about this. One thing at a time. I did just change this. Let's fix it. It can't. I need to prove that that's not going to be terrible. So let's go into the level list. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, in the spreadsheet, I'm going to have the ability to add an extra offset in Z that you are from, that a level might possibly move down. How am I going to get that into the material? Well, how do I get anything else into the material? When I load the level, event graph, when I'm setting things up initially for the game, on first load, I do something in here. Background art completed level data. No, how about init the splines? We're cutting the splines. Yeah, okay. When dynamic actor spawns, find the world Z height for the ground and tell the material system about it. Okay. Nope, that's not what I want. One-time art level data init. You're what I'm looking for here. Set the level location variables. Excellent. Okay. Excellent. So in here, I do a one-time setting on the materials where I set Nope. No, no, that's not what I do. Interesting. Level locations by the tags. Yes, but where do I put down the material? Find all lights. Find all level specific materials. Splines, lights to add. No, that's not the issue. Look, at some point, I go into each material and I say what the level center is. Where do I do that? I know I do it, because I did it. Here. Okay, as soon as I make the material, I just set it. Okay. Cool. Is that the only plot? Yeah, I think that's the only place. Okay. Cool. Oh fuck, do I have any idea of... Okay, so technically that could be multiple tags. Is there any rhyme or reason to where the Z is on these levels? Because I feel like it's one beneath on these. Oh, it's one beneath on all of them because of legacy reasons. Yeah, and that's important. Okay. Is it actually important? I don't know that for sure. Where am I using you? I get the level center. I ignore the Z. I don't think it matters. Like, I think I could do something where I go to like let's open up 7, I think. You? Sure. What if I just take you down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus equals 1200? No, that's absurd. Minus equals 1000 plus equals 200. Okay. All right, so let's put you So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the origin to the tops of the levels. So when it's running that math, it detects the object location as being higher. And I think I can just get away with that. Like, I think that's fine. Possibly. I want to do it for, like, this isn't converted over yet, but like, what are you tagged with? Tags. Find the level center. I found it immediately. Excellent. What if, whoopsies. Ah. What if your level center's here and you're hidden? So before they were a collection of objects and would do all this math based on the level center. So let's see if that solves the problem. What are you? Tags. Opening levels 07, which is the one I just edited? Yes. Alright. Level logic. You're not there. I don't know. Let's see what we get. Let's see if this works. Hey, Stay Thirsty. What's up, man? Like if I go play this level, what happens when I turn around? You go down to... You actually go down too far. Interesting. Move this down. Go into, here. Get rid of this, this. Those can stay, I guess. This. All of this. This is a stub asset, but still. Maybe we'll see if my shit's working here. Get rid of... Get rid of... What are you? You're part of the other thing, right? Yeah. Go away, go away. Alright. Levels 06. Okay, re-import. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah. Is it irritating? I like to think of it as atmospheric. Oh. Well, you know. Now when that goes down, it goes down exactly the right amount. I dig it. I dig it. This needs to go down slightly more. No, that has to go down exactly that much. You need to go down way more. Like, way more. I don't know if this shit's gonna work, man. Well, we'll find out, I guess. I'm losing a lot with this. Like, I'm losing... Because I'm doing things this way, I can't light things from other levels if you are capable of pushing off of them, which is bad. Maybe this is a bad idea. It's definitely more complicated than I expected. Maybe we should have some concept, like some universal thing that pops up when if you're relying on another level to be a wall that you push off of, and it disappears so that you can see through the world. Maybe I need to leave behind something. It can't be something that I define for every freaking level because it's too much work. Maybe there's some universal, like, object. Ugh. Maybe I undo all this shit I just did. I don't know. Yeah, I'm cultivating an atmosphere of loud keyboard. Guys, I think I need to think about this. Well, there's a couple goals here, Gaia, right? Like, if all I wanted to do was hide the other levels, that's easy. But I need to hide them in a way where you can still see that there's a wall you can push off of. So you have to shrink down enough that you can see that you can push off of a wall, but the walls are uneven in a lot of places. So that's problem one. Which means I could end up in situations where there's really high walls, which are obstructing your view, but also I can't lower them more than that, because, like, I can't lower the level more than that. Also, I want, before, when I had this idea that there were these levels that are kind of like halfway in between levels, the lighting was helping you out. You could see through the lighting that, like, by tagging an actor to be, like, in between two levels, I could say that it would have an amber color rather than a blue color to give the player a cue that they could push off of that wall was important to the level. I'm losing that ability now. Thinking is for nerds, naps are for cool people. I don't think we take a nap at 10:30 at night, Rory. I'm pretty sure that's just called sleeping. The long nap. I don't know. I took a nap already today. Can't double nap it. A translucent convex hull. I mean, there's a lot of ways to put a thing. The question is how to make it, like with the old art style, this was so easy. The question is what we could do with this stuff. Like, To have everything hide except for this? That's kind of weird. Like have it sink through the ground. That's probably the easiest way. Right, and instead of having it like look like it's lowering and raising, I could just like have it fade out. And I could fade out anything except for this one. That's probably the more traditional gamey kind of a way to do it. Doesn't look as cool. Alright, here's what we do. Don't save. Right? Right. I don't remember the last time I saved though. I think it's probably fine. These things I deleted, revert deleting them. Check them out. Level 6 and 7 changes, revert those, and 5. All this crap, revert it. Okay. Sorry, it's just taking a minute to open the editor. Better list something I didn't want to lose, but oh well. These things happen. Yeah, no, get out of this. I reverted. I need to revert deleting certain U assets. Wish I hadn't deleted those. Revert. Okay. 95%. All right, let's get back to where we were. I think there's promise in that idea. That's an interesting idea. Could have been cool. I think it'll be a lot of work. What the hell happened today on Twitter? Ben Shapiro and BuzzFeed and Baby Hitler. Oh, God. Nancy Drew is trending. This is why I don't check Twitter. So, re-import everything. Sure. Sure. Go over here. Where was the thing we changed here? Did I is that back to normal? Center. Yep, okay. Go to our materials. Let's get back to where we were before. Material function. Offset world in Z. This is a cute idea that's not going to pan out. Let's go back to simply adding -1,000. Let's see if we're back to working again, shall we? Maybe instead of going down, you go up. We are in space. The hell, you two? All right. Get it, materials are getting done. Okay, things are back to working again. Cool. How are you still compiling? I need a faster computer. All right. Right, you can't go down because you're still compiling that material. Still compiling that material? I find that hard to believe. Nope, just don't have that material. That's the deal. Is that the deal? What is your deal? Let's restart the game. And let's definitely get rid of this cube. That was still always a mistake. Okay. All right. We're gonna go back to something closer to what we had before. So this is gonna go down. Obviously I need something to remain, right? I am gonna come up with something that's halfway between. Like, I suppose I could make it so that when this goes away, there is some sort of scribble. but nah, fuck that. Okay, new plan. Let's execute new plan. New plan. So we're gonna lean into this idea of 1 and 1B and so forth. We're gonna file, create reference. So this is 1 and that's 1B. And where are you typically? Let's see. Okay. So the cube is going to be aligned there. So you need to be there-ish. Negative 200 and 800. Nope, sorry, 700 I guess. Really? Weird. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then we just simply delete all of this. Can't do that, it's a reference. Copy this into here. Remove the reference. Okay. It'll get there. Okay, so this is here. And this goes away. This all goes away. All right. So you got this. I'll save. Assign existing material Lambert 1. File export all. 1B. Yes. So what never came back, unfortunately, what I was trying to get back was the idea that those levels were here, but they're gone. Which sucks. Because what did I need from them? I needed... Let's get the tech working again, and then I'll update the FBXs. You had these two things that I deleted, and I regret deleting. Because I've lost your metadata. While you were here, you had no shadow. Okay, well, guess you just don't give a fuck what I think about that, huh? You had tags that were both of these levels. Can I please turn off the shadow? Really not gonna let me do that, huh? That's cool. That's cool. All right. And you over here. You're a bit easier. You were right there. You had two tags as well. And no shadow. That one apparently I can turn off. All right. And just for kicks, let's re-import this. You will have I hate that you're doing that. That upsets me. Delete all by type history. Move references. Assign just the one material. File, export all. Okay. Cool. So you are here. test this shit. Yeah, okay. To complete the loop for that, let's open up levels 1. Delete all this stuff. Let's open up level 2B. Oh wait, what? Nope, okay, so you gotta go back a bit. Oops. Edit sleep bedtime history. Move this. Move this. Select existing material, Lambert. You are 2B. The hell happened here? Oh, this is referenced to. Weird. I just kind of left that like that. Oops, oops, nope. Ah. All right, file, recent files. Let's get rid of this. This. Sweet. Okay, file, export all. So like this is a mesh and this is a mesh. And this will disappear and this will not. Okay. Sweet. Hey Sniper, what's up man? Doing alright. I can't think of a convenient, easy way to do this better. Is it a deep pondering face? Maybe. Maybe I'm just tired. It is going on 11. Why are you casting a shadow? I don't like it. It's good to hear, Sniper. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I feel like this is distracting from the playable space in a very big way. What? Yeah, I feel like the right thing to do. It's just going to be so distracting. I don't think I want to cut it up like that. I think I want to go back to just having the walls. Like my first instinct maybe was the best one. Like maybe create reference. Give me that in between level. Oh, weird. Why are you a weird scale? Modify freeze transformations. Okay, there we go. So negative 800. No? Negative 700? Weird. Okay, so this will be level 1. This will be 1B. Wait, no. This way. This will be level 3. Export all. Level 3. Okay. Level 2B. Yeah. Definitely get rid of all this. I think get rid of these. Okay. Export all. 2B. Cool. And we're just going to have to construct stuff with this in mind. I mean, this is going to have to... Don't know why you lost your materials. Open 1B. Delete all by type history. File export Ouch. Yeah. Another side of this is this just can't be that bright ass color. That just looks bad. Hey, real Sveen. What's up, Sveen? Getting back into the not wanting to work phase, so if you have a lot of questions, now's the good time. Because fuck this. Alright, let's push this into a darker color space. I think I'll just like it more if I do that. I think it's just way too bright already. That's part of my problem. Sweet. This is good. It's a good opener. Have I ever pointed at a nun? I don't know if I've ever seen a nun in real life. I have to think that through. Like in real life. Like I've seen them in movies. I mean, I must have. Like I've seen Buddhist monks walking around in Cambridge. If I ever saw a nun, I might point, just because it would be so unusual. You saw some nuns on Halloween. Interesting. Were they real? We'll never know. Yes, this is just too fucking bright. Windows. Panel. Make it that color. Maybe make it this color. I'm just trying shit. This is too bright as well. In general, bright things should be towards the top, towards playable space. It's fun to have one or two interesting colors, but too much bright stuff. It's too rich, that doesn't match. No, I don't like it. So yeah, what color did I make you? Okay, you're black. Good. Thanks, Vane. It's rude to point. You can't be rude to a nun, but they will forgive you, right? So, I mean, checkmate. I'd love to have a conversation with a nun. I don't know, I'm just curious. It's a... I don't know. I don't know what I'd say. That would be an individual with a life that's just completely different from mine in every imaginable way. Oh. Imagine it'd also be cool to talk to somebody that's Amish. I think that would be pretty much peak. Not me. Go for it, Spain. Your great aunt is a nun? Cool. Why'd she become a nun? Like, what happened? Was it just like, did she come from like a family of nuns? That's not a thing, is it? Like, how did she get into that world? How's that happen? I don't even know where to begin. Was she just like really, really devout? Because I mean, I know a lot of very devout people. How did I get my hair like that? Oh, what does my hair look like? Now I gotta look. Like this, oh, the haircut? This is a haircut. I came through mostly from necessity. Like, I used to keep my hair longer, but it's kind of like, I got older and it's not, it falls flat. It's thinner than it used to be. So like, once you hit a certain age as a chick, you generally cut your hair short for different reasons. Like, it'll thin out if you don't cut it short. And it'll like, I don't know. I'm just one of those people that gets kind of thin. Like, dudes go bald, chicks, their hair follicles get finer, so their hair falls flat. It just doesn't look good if you try to keep it thick and long. So I had to find a short hairstyle, and it was a lot of trial and error, and eventually I got here. Excellent question, Svein. Oh, hey, Wesley, I didn't see you just creep in here, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's that good. I miss having long hair because I didn't have to cut it very often. And short hair is a lot more work. You actually have to cut it like more than once a year. Have I thought about making a VR version of Kine? I thought about it at one point, like what it would look like if I did it. Mostly I was kind of excited by like the Minecraft HoloLens, throw something on a table kind of deal. And the idea that you could like I'm into VR. I think it's cool. I think there's a throw it on the table, kind of play with it sort of a thing. Maybe long term. It would be like a fun project, like if I really wanted to do some VR stuff. I don't think it's a game that necessarily lends itself well to VR. In that, like, it's not a killer app. And there's basically no install base for VR right now. Did I dislike? I don't dislike hairdressers. I do dislike hairdressers, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, because it's weird. Because, like, you gotta have, like, a conversation with them. That sounded so bad. You gotta... There's a thing you don't experience if you're a dude. Where you're in a relationship with your hairdresser. Like, they expect you to come to them. If you get your hair cut by somebody else, like maybe they're not free because they're on vacation for a week and you're like in dire straits. You have to explain to them like, oh, I got my hair cut by someone else last time because you weren't around, and I'm very, very sorry. You do like you're cheating on them, like it's a song and a dance and shit. Oh, it's like the whole thing. I hate it, man. Like, oh god, you gotta keep up with their, and you gotta sit there and talk to them the whole time, which will be like half an hour. So you're having a half-hour conversation, and sometimes they're interesting. Like the last chick, we talked about politics because she's got like, she's in deep with like the government hairdresser politics situation because the government came and they were like, you can't have straight razors if you're a hairdresser. Like a hair salon can have certain things and a barbershop can have certain things, but like she's not allowed to work with straight razors because I don't know, like safety reasons. So we were just kind of like bitching about the government, which is fun. Like it's fun to hate on the government right now because they're, you know, not in, right now in particular, they're not even like paying for goods and services. So, you know, it's a fucking shit show. So, yeah. Yeah, that was funny. She was like straight razor curious. She's like going, it's illegal for her to have a straight razor. Like if she had one in the hair salon, that hair salon would get fined. And so we were talking about that and the various fines they go through and what it's like to run that kind of a business. That was kind of cool. But that was expensive in downtown, and she moved to a different place. And then it was like drama, right? Like that establishment was like, she doesn't work here anymore, but we have a lot of new hairdressers for you to try out. But she called me and she, like through back channels, and she's like, why don't you come to my new place out in like Worcester? Like, no, I just turned down both of them and got a place that's way closer. It's just a whole, like, I don't want to have an ongoing relationship with a fucking hairdresser. Like, I just want to get a goddamn haircut. And when I had long hair and I only cut it once a year, that was fine. But now I'm supposed to get it cut every 6 weeks, and in reality I get it cut every 12 weeks, and it just looks like ass. Like I get a mullet most of the time. I don't know. I don't like getting old. I like dealing with awkward conversation with strangers. It's forced upon you at regular intervals. It's a lot of things I don't like about this. I don't like dealing with short hair. Long hair never looks like ass. Like you never, like at any time, it might be a bit messy, but it's like messy but with long hair. Short hair will just do things. Like it'll just do things. Like it'll just stick up. It'll just look crappy. Dudes actually have it way harder than chicks with the hair stuff. As far as haircuts go, I think. It's just more work. Yeah, I know, they're cool. I liked my last hairdresser, she was cool. Like, I don't hate them. They're fine. I just don't want to be forced to interact with people. I do a lot of calls and things, and I don't have to talk to people. I don't leave it. I'm getting grumpy. This might also be me being older. I don't know. I didn't used to be this bitchy. I'm not Rami. Can't talk to people all goddamn day. I like talking to people, for the most part, for the record. I'm not hateful. Hey, thank you, Duck Glitch. What's up, man? That brightened my day. Hairdresser just says racist shit. Yeah, like I was talking earlier about the melting pot that is Boston. It's definitely like you step 10 feet out of Cambridge and you go to like the Gold's Gym and it's a very different vibe. You're just like, I think Trump's got some ideas. It's like somehow there's this weird firewall between like Cambridge and Boston that's like you can cross that firewall in like 5 minutes. It's fucking hilarious. Every time I talked too much with my hairdresser, I don't like my hair afterwards. Yeah, somebody was like, you know what, maybe you should focus on the situation at hand. Hey, Reckless Jumper, what's up, man? No, the worst guy is I had to get some dental shit done. Have you ever had your dentist try to have a conversation with you? And I don't know how to be like, this is, like, there's crap in my mouth. I'm just like, what do you want me to do right now? Like, I can't reply to you. Focus on the job at hand, put on some music. This is not a fun thing. Especially like they Novocained me because I'm getting like dental shit done. Like they were to do a deep clean or whatever because I don't floss, which I still haven't. I need to floss. I'm not good at stuff, but like, yeah. So like I'm like face full of Novocaine, can barely like drooling. They're trying to have a goddamn conversation with me, and I'm like, look, you know, I'm a nice person, but let's just shut up. I'm just not going to talk right now. I feel like that should be obvious. I don't know how to get out of that though. So I'm just kind of like, you go down to like doing the one word sentences. You're like, uh-huh. And hope they just stop. And eventually that's rude. She would ask you about school while she's drilling holes in your mouth. Yeah. Oh, I get it. Like, that's probably a boring job. This is routine for them. You need a certain amount of social interaction. I get it. But, nah. Get that outside of work. Why haven't the Polish been kicked out yet? I voted for Brexit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love racism in other countries. I love the, because it's something that is so foreign. Like, I think I've said this on stream before, so I'm not too embarrassed by it clearly, but when I was a kid, I thought gypsies were make-believe, like fairy tales. Like, because you'd see it in the Hunchback of Notre Dame, because we don't have the concept of gypsies in America, right? I don't even know if that's a racist thing to say. Like, I have no idea, because it's such a foreign concept. It'd be like, when somebody told me they existed, it would be like, imagine somebody just told you, yeah, well, there's leprechauns here. You'd be like, bullshit. There's no leprechauns. So there's that whole, like, thing. There's, like, a whole class. There's a whole different thing. Like, or, I used to love watching this TV show that I found online called Insight, which is just... It's basically social and political issues that are going down in Australia. So it's extremely local to Australia. And it's almost like sci-fi because it's weirdly, it lets you divorce your preconceived notions about things because you're taking actual like complicated social and political issues, but it's all theoretical because none of this in any way applies to you. It's just shit from another country. Like the things that are going down in Australia with the native people there, or the complicated issues of how of like the different kinds of gypsies, the Romani, and this stuff that I don't really understand, but it's really interesting to hear debates about that because I've got no horse in that race at all. Like, I've never encountered anything like this. It's all like theoretical, so it's really fun to hear those kinds of debates. You can go into them with absolutely no judgment or preconceived notion. Codeine cough syrup in Nigeria? I don't know much about that. I will say drugs have gotten a lot, like, the kids these days are really lucky as far as like the drugs go. They're so much safer. Like, we used to, in college, we used to call it robotripping. Like, you down 2 bottles of Robitussin and just wander around the city. It was a bad time. I'm not surprised, like, I'm not saying, like, don't do drugs. But, you know, don't do drugs. But yeah, never mind. Yeah. If you would get cursed if you walk the streets. I was told a bunch of things the first time I went to Lisbon. They're like, okay, don't, they were telling me things like, if somebody throws, they're like, okay, here's a common trick. Someone will throw a baby at you and you'll catch it because they're throwing a baby at you, and that's fucked up and weird. And then they'll rob you. Like, they'll reach into your pockets and they'll rob you. And like, this person was describing it to me as like the things the fucking gypsies do. And I'm like, I think this is racist, but also thanks for the like, and I don't think that's true, but that's so weirdly specific that it's plausible. And it just kind of like sent me through a loop. Yeah, we're gonna exit that line of dialogue, Rory. You wonder if people do what in the US? I need to... Is this an actual thing you're talking about? There's an epidemic of codeine cough syrup in Nigeria. Oh god. Yeah, people are dying. It's on the BBC. You know, we don't get news in America that makes sense. I mean, I guess I wouldn't... I gave up on our news so long ago. I saw it a little bit at, like, my extended family's place over the holidays. It's just a shit show. It's like not even... I don't know how to explain it. It's gross. Don't change the channel. Whatever you do, don't change. Any minute now, we're going to find out about the government shutdown. Any minute now. We're going here. This is a good... Here's a random guy from Twitter. Here's a random guy from Twitter said, oh, wait, sorry, we have a new expert. Don't go away. Don't change the channel. Stay here. Breaking news within 20 minutes. Within 5 minutes. Just, God. I don't know how they can keep that up for 24 hours. It's amazing. There's always a reason you can't change the channel. It's just horrible. You're tired of hearing of Trump in the EU? You should fucking live in Cambridge. You know, goddamn. Don't even wanna. You can't escape the news. It's everywhere. It's shoved into your brain everywhere you go. Warnings of what to watch out for? Maybe. Like, if somebody said, I'm going to Boston, what should I look out for? I'd be like, assholes. People are kind of mean. The taxi drivers will take you, like, for a ride sometimes and charge you way more than they should. I kind of went away a bit with the advent of Uber. Waffles or pancakes? Oh, man. I don't... I can't do that, man. I can't make that kind of judgment. I don't know. I have them both so rarely. Like, I don't usually do that for breakfast. I like my savory breakfast. Depends on where I am. I can't make that decision. Yeah, sorry, man. That's too deep. You're asking too much. You know what? I'm gonna do one quick thing to make me feel good about life. You see this, like, when you turn to the side, how there's that scribble? I think I hate that a lot, and I want to change that right now. I think that's what we're gonna do. Savory breakfast, like lasagna. No. No, I don't eat lasagna for breakfast. I actually dislike the idea of potatoes for breakfast, too. Something about that grosses me out. No, savory like eggs. Like, I like the perfect... There's nothing better than, like, eggs. Eggs for breakfast. Specifically runny yolk with, like, dipping bread into a runny yolk. There's nothing better than that. Eggs Benedict, I don't eat that often because, you know, it's unhealthy as hell, but probably one of my favorite things would be Eggs Benedict. You know, brunch. Go out, get, like... Bloody Mary, Eggs Benedict. Fucking accomplish nothing that day for the most part. Brunch starts at 11, ends at 1 or 2. I've basically written off the entire day at that point. Lazily have something fun to do in the afternoon. Yeah, I agree, man. Nothing better than that. Also, I have to admit, I never got on lately. So I went vegetarian, which I didn't manage to maintain. I kept that up for like maybe 2 months before I switched to pescatarian. I managed to keep that up for almost a year. And then I just kind of started folding meat back into my life. But I never understood the love of avocado until I did that. And then I would just start to crave avocado. I think it was because of the lack of meat in my diet, but it never went away. Like, I love avocados now. I became hipster scum. It just happened. The hipsters won me over. It was the second I gave up meat, avocados tasted so good. It's a shame too, because they're like a lot harder to get here than they were in California. And I didn't start going and try to go pescatarian and crap until I moved here. Peanut butter too. Holy fuck. Like, I liked peanut butter, but now it's a problem. Like, I can't have it around. I'm an animal. I'll eat a jar of peanut. I reached a point where I would eat peanut butter with a spoon out of the jar. Like, I was just like, this is perfect as is. Why would you fuck with perfection? You don't like the texture of avocado? Man. Alright, so this is some gym bullshit, right? But like, you go get a good workout, come back from the gym, you toast like a nice thick slice of bread, mix avocado in with like a can of tuna, microwave that, put that on a big ass thick slice of toast, put an egg on top, like a over easy egg, cut the yolk, let the yolk drip down into the avocado and the tuna, into the bread, eat that, fucking heaven. Best meal. Especially like, you got the hunger because you just had a good workout. That's it. That's like my top 10 favorite things. That's why I say I like savory breakfast. Way more than like pancakes and waffles and shit. Yeah, the egg is clutch because otherwise it's too dry. Like, tuna's very dry. And if it was just egg and avocado, that would be too rich. It needs something hearty. It's the whole combo. You need all of it. You can't miss a single element there. I eat a lot of eggs. You should be aware. I average an omelet a day. Which means some days I have 0 omelets and some days I have 2. I survive on mostly omelets. My body's mostly made of egg and cheese. You'll notice I said I went pescatarian. I will never go vegan. It's impossible. Fair enough. Well, the glory of this is most of the food I make, with the exception of eggs, is stuff that I can rapidly make in a microwave. So, like, you can microwave tuna, mash up like a third of an avocado with like a can of tuna, maybe half an avocado if you got like a big can. Microwave that, put that on toast, you instantly have like a hearty, delicious meal. You went vegan for 6 months? I mean, for one thing, props. That's a good thing to do for the world and shit. It's hard though. It's hard to go out and be vegan. Like, it's hard to... When I did it, there was just a lot of prep involved just to maintain some semblance of joy. Like, I don't like cooking meat at home because it's such a pain in the ass. Because there's so much like sanitation and shit and cleaning things up, and that's just why I mostly make like eggs and cheese and shit for my protein. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. Vegan was just too much cooking. Too much prep work, too much cooking. Yep. If you enjoy cooking, absolutely. That's good that that's the one time I've heard of somebody being in a relationship and eating healthier. It's usually the opposite. Usually you get single and you're like, I'm going to clean up my diet. I am going to be the fucking cleanest eater ever. I'm going to go vegan. I'm going to lose like a million pounds. I'm going to go to the gym. But the second you get in a relationship, you're like, fuck it, cake. It's like, I think this stereotype. Maybe I'm projecting. I don't know. feel like that's true, but I could be full of shit. So let's see here. Oh, did I not re-import that one? Take bites of the vegetables and spit it out. That's like the opposite of anorexia. I was trying to remember, somebody told me they're like, this dude is, okay, so I don't know, this might be a thing, and I might be stupid, but I was at work and there was this guy that was like losing weight at the time, and he's got a whole thing where he's like, what I do is I get sunflower seeds and I chew them and then I spit them out. And I'm like, that sounds like an eating disorder. I don't know for sure, but that sounds super weird. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Maybe you are, like maybe you're not allowed to eat sunflower seeds, but I seem to recall from my youth doing that. So I don't know if that's, I'm gonna Google it. I mean, I don't want to question him. It's also gross because he's doing it at his desk. Oh. Okay, yeah, I guess that is a thing people do. But like, what is there other than the shell? I don't eat seeds. I'm not a bird. That's the thing. I'm a human being, so this isn't gonna work. Google says he has cancer. Yeah. Well, it's one of the lucky ones. There's a lot of far weirder shit. Yeah. Whatever, it worked. He lost weight. I'll give it to him. You know what? Better, whatever it takes. Make your life better or whatever, in whatever way you want. I don't judge. Except for the part where I just judged. But other than that, usually I don't judge. Oh. So, okay, so instead of cutting your vegetables, you bite them off and then spit them into the pan and then cook them. Okay. Sure. I think it's probably faster to cut them though. I mean, I guess not for a carrot. But I feel like dicing an onion would be real weird. I feel like what you would get if you just chewed that and spit it back into the pot would be, weird. Also, I wouldn't want to feed that to another human being. I will say that, like, generally if I'm cooking, it's probably because, like, I have a friend over, it's for, like, my boyfriend or something. It's not like, well, that's not true, I cook for me all the time. Still wouldn't do that. That's super weird. I'm not going to judge you. You know what? If it's faster, you know what, man? What you do in the comfort of your home is your business. Fuck it. Feed yourself, whatever works. You know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to judge. Yeah, you're not allowed to cook for me, though. That would be the other thing. Ever again. Now I know. I should write that down. Now I'm imagining Anthony Bourdain, like, has a show where he's just like, here's... just freaking out at you. What you gotta remember doing that is you don't have to wash any dishes, which is, I will admit, there have been times in my life where I've min-maxed not having to wash dishes. I can understand that. Sorry. Getting emails. Oh, God, there's so much to do. Okay, so... yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is going to be what we do, I think. It's going to be... we chop off part of the levels that stick around, and I'll talk to them about it. And we'll figure out a thing. I have no other solution here. I gotta work within what I already have. I can't reinvent. I can't, like, figure out everything. This is gonna have to work. Rabble. Okay. I still need to make this not look like ass before Monday, and I don't have tomorrow. And it's 11:30 at night tonight, so I don't know. What do I actually need to do? Well, I gave them feedback on this. Like, this can't be rounded. I want to go for more angles, edges, less soft stuff. Their desire to make these round the beveling needs to stop. Like, the characters are pointy, edgy. I already told them that. That's already gonna come. I need to prove out that the 2UV texture system will work. Oh, and I said I was going to change that shader thing, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's accomplish a thing. You know what? Let's accomplish a thing. Let's feel some sense of getting something done. That would be pleasant. The second I think about work, I feel tired. This is bad. I'm gonna take a break, probably Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Why can't I see this? What are you doing? Oh yeah, I don't think I showed you guys this. They're starting to think of what the overworld looks like, and we went through talking about that stuff. Too much bevels, not enough angles. See, I actually like it better when it's sketchier. I wonder if I could just tell them to push back towards this. Because I like this more. I'm the only human being in the world that feels that way. We need to move. It's just, I need to show them. I don't know what I want. I think I know what I want, but I can't put it in words. I just need to do it. Okay, but that's not what we're worrying about right now. No, here we go. I was opening them here. So this is not what I need. I think it's called zigzag E. No, D. Maybe that is it actually. Is this the zigzag? U. Zigzag A. Okay. Okay, let's make you I think what I want to try. It's just a totally different fucking thing for you. Come on, don't be this way. There. We're like... How come I don't listen to music when I develop? I don't know. I figure people probably can listen to whatever music they want to. I don't want to inflict my musical taste on people. Also, I don't know what's like I'm legally allowed to play and I'm too lazy to look into it. I've been working on Kine, so full-time since September. Before that, part-time for about a year and a half. As for when I'm actually working, I I talk to people about this all the time. It depends. Like sometimes I'll start the morning listening to music and I'll find one song where I'm getting a lot of work done, and then I'll just play it on loop for the rest of the day. Sometimes if I'm doing like an animation task that's completely mindless, I'll usually listen to podcasts, like whatever's in the top 10 on Stitcher. Depending on how mindless the task is, I'll listen to different things. Like, I actually hang out, if it's like, I need noise and I want to hear like techno babble, that's a big thing. I'll listen to programmers on Twitch a lot. I'll listen to different people on Twitch. Sometimes I'll listen to like the people I follow, like William and stuff. That's actually dangerous because like usually I start listening to them and I end up getting distracted and just watching them. And I end up getting less work done. $600 a year for Photoshop? I don't think so. I do have all of Creative Cloud. I'd have to look into it. I just don't even think about it anymore because I just need it for everything. Like freelance and everything. I've always paid for it. Hey, Tamakola. Welcome to the party. So the music was written by a composer that's local. I'm hiring somebody else to work on the sound design, an old friend of mine that I worked with at Irrational. And what kind of music I listen to completely changes. It depends. I listen to a lot of different stuff. Depends if I'm like at the gym. I actually listen to a lot of musicals. Probably at inopportune moments. Generally that's my happy shit, is like I'm listening to a musical. I used to work in theater, so that's my happy thing. If I want to like listen to something and enjoy it. Most of the time if I'm working, I'm just probably the Focus playlist in Spotify is the biggest thing I listen to. I listen to that a lot. But I wouldn't really say I hear it. I just kind of have it on. Alright, I have the Wacom tablet. It's gonna get real. To be like this. Can I draw a straight line? Today we find out. Not in that layer though. Yeah, no worries, man. Oh god. I hate Wacom tablets. I want to copy someone else's straight line. Fuck this. All right, I know there's things where they've done this. Let's look at the concept artists been doing. Why do we have concept artists if not for this reason? Find me one of your earlier things like this. That's the shit I want. Give me that. Is there a better one? Yeah, like that. That's what I want. Cross-hatching. We're there. Okay, so what are these called? This is 10. They're just numbered. That's useless. All right, I need your Photoshop files. I wonder if these correspond. No, not that one. No. God damn it. Creeping on this guy's Photoshop files. Do you have an earlier version? Damn it. Damn it. There we go. We got lines. Got lines. I don't need to draw straight lines. They've done it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whole layer of them. Okay. So we got this. Okay. Love concept artists. Okay, let's just see if we have a better one. So this is 2. Okay, no, it's not helpful. Oh, brilliant. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my god, and he's got a whole thing of lines. Just hidden in here. Just hidden. Look at these lines. Okay. Yeah, that looks probably like exactly what I want. Great. Okay, yeah, this is good. Okay. So let's yeah. Check that shit out. Okay. Ways that this needs to change. I want to repeat you 3 times. Like, why do I want to do? I want to have it be angled a bit, I think. Maybe I don't. What if I don't? I don't know. Let's try to straight up and down. It's possible that's just good. That's not what I want. This is the top I want. Oh my god, and they're already, look at that. I don't even have to. Oh my god. This is perfect. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, so they've already made lines. I'm weirdly excited about the line situation here, guys. Maybe I can just overwrite literally this file. Like maybe, yeah, it's a bit bigger than I need. Maybe like half that size. Canvas size 50%. Yeah, why not? Let's just see what that looks like. Damn it, where are you? Textures. So now when I get to the side, part of this is going to be on me, right? Like, those lines are too thin, but that might be because I'm stretching it wrong. Like, so the size. By 128. That's for Z height. I don't really see it anymore. Maybe I'm just going to start wildly changing numbers. Like, let's cut this to by a factor of 10. Just see what happens. Oh, sorry. Did I make most of the assets? So far, every asset, well, up until these levels that I'm putting in now, I made them all. And these were made by a friend of, or a team I've hired. So all of the art, both historically, like for the entire game, is mine. It's been busy. Interesting. This is not working. Let's try pumping up the levels. Like a lot. Bringing that back in. It's been an entirely solo project, so I've done all the art and programming and stuff. So far, I just don't see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's very, very faint. Holy crap. Okay. So, how do I make that darker? Fresnel. Okay, so the way I'm determining if you should do it is by using a Fresnel to determine the glancing angle. I don't remember how this works. So we're going to start randomly changing numbers. Yeah, no problems, Fane. If you want, like, you can... I keep a YouTube... I have a channel on YouTube with every video for... I've been streaming for... fuck, over a year. Well over a year now at this point. And at the beginning of each stream, I always recap what I've done since the previous stream. So you can kind of see like a time lapse where I started. You can watch me make each of the assets and so forth. Okay, I don't remember how to fuss with the Fresnel, so I'm gonna just mess with the material. I'm just gonna pull, we're just gonna output a Fresnel into the base color so I can see what I'm doing. And then we're gonna mess with that Fresnel. No, you don't have to watch them all. You don't have to do anything. It's free country, man. You do what you feel. Okay, so this is where that shader's getting written on those, like that. Okay. So, I feel like it's good. That should be fine. Maybe darken it, or like brighten it a little. Like what happens if we make this 10, for instance? Oh, that's just making it wider but not brighter. Interesting. Oh no, that does look brighter. Right? So I don't think the issue is that. I'm just fussing with the wrong things now. I don't want to mess with this because I think it was probably set fine. Changing that back to 5, we're going to look at that and see if that gets brighter or lighter. That went away entirely. Interesting. What if I change? Now I'm just going to be fussing with this forever. Sorry, guys. I don't know why, because I'm not sure if I even want this yet. No, that made it smaller. Okay. Alright. So we're using this for now. We're piping that into a lerp. Take my zigzag color, make that just black by default. Let's see if that helps. Let's get my shader working back the way it should again. I'm going to change this to unlit so I can see. Oh, right, and then we're going to pump into emissive rather than base. Okay, so that's helping us see what's going on here. Okay, so see how when I turn, there's lines there? They're faint as hell. I need them to be more spread out. Darker, more spread out. They're just fine. Yeah, Tamakola is definitely a bot, which is interesting Because the things they're saying are super random. I wonder if machine learning was involved. I mean, probably not. It's a pretty lazily set up bot. I don't know. Is this doing anything here? Maybe I have it backwards. Maybe that is a line. Okay, so let's do some stuff. Let's say that... Okay, so instead of... You were 200 at one point, and you were 3. Let's set that back. This crap I'm doing here. Let's move this into an if-then statement. If this number of my Fresnel is greater than 1.25, then just give me 1. Otherwise, give me a 0. That's what we're going to multiply this by. Yeah. So ET and Kime. I am. It will be launched later this year. I promise. It will come out this year, like ski. I have no choice. It will occur. Alright, so now we're seeing it. See? You see the lines? See the lines? No doubts. There. There are lines. Okay, so. I want those lines to not suck so much. I want them to be like spread out more, I guess. So why is one of them super thick? Probably this. They're just fine. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do this. Just to get the feel. Right. There. That feels better. I mean, I'm gonna do a different texture on the top so it never shows up on the top of objects. Do I want to keep it unlit? one thing's for sure. I want to change this if statement to be if greater than 0.5. I kind of want to soften it. Don't even want to use the if statement. Let's go back to the way it was before and see what it looks like. It was nicer when it kind of faded in. See. Alright, yeah, and now let's change it back to from being unlit to default lit. Let's just see what that looks like. So before I set it up so that the walls had a different material from the floors, and the walls were unlit and the floors were default lit, and that way I could have a light here. I think I'm going to use lighting. I like that I'm automatically getting cross-hatching down there. That's neat. Okay, things this texture doesn't need. So before I had this whole concept, we're getting rid of that, right? Why do I still see it? You had shading to both lit and unlit. Basically nix this, like between one. Let's get rid of that weird random shit. Cool. These colors are just still way too bright. Did I not re-import this? I did not re-import this. That's my bad. Okay, re-import. There we go. I need to just get darker. So like, here's what I do want to do. You got the ground height. Take the absolute world position, RGB, the Z height of the pixel, subtract the current ground pawn and get the absolute value. So this is the distance from the ground. If that is greater than 700, okay, I see. Let's do a different thing here. I don't want this texture. Do I? Nah, get rid of this old paradigm. Okay, so get the height of the pixel in Z, subtract the current ground height. Don't absolute value that. Do the opposite of this. Get the ground height. Subtract the position of the pixel in Z. Clamp it. Before you do that, multiply it by, I don't know, like 1,000 units. Okay. So it'll be about 5 tiles deep. Okay, now you got a number from 0 to 1. Lerp between light and dark. Get rid of this crap. I don't know what this is gonna do. I'm just messing around now. So, and then pump this into, I don't know, everything. Or how about, I don't know, maybe this will work. See what we get. Thanks, Mint Spider. Have you seen this before, or are you new here? Oh, that's not good. Oh, interesting. That's only highlighting. Ha! It's turning everything blue that you're on. That's cute. I like that. I mean, we can't do that, but it's cute. Also means I flipped something. So what I did was I said, did I do the lerp wrong? That might be part of it. So subtract the world position. Yeah, so one should be dark. Oh, I didn't make one dark. Cool. What is a maybe? Also, why do you have a little 1 gold coin? Oh, you're the bit leader. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, from earlier. Sweet. Okay. Still not what I want, but interesting. Okay. Do I just gotta flip this? So, like, how bad am I at math? I'm not wrong, am I? Like this minus that, that's gonna be negative, right? If this is fun. Yeah, no, that's not gonna do what I want it to do. Yeah, no, I was right the first time. Don't doubt yourself. Okay, so oh, don't multiply by 1,000. Multiply by this. The opposite. Make a big number small. Okay. Nah, I feel you, duck. I'm tired too. Though, wow. It's midnight. Okay, I guess I'm not that tired today. Usually I would be asleep by now, but I took a big nap, so I guess I am not. Why are these blue? Nothing. Up is down. Nothing makes sense. So multiply by 1. Show me what we got here. Take the height minus the wall position. Losing my fucking mind. Okay, is that what I expect? I think it is, actually. Okay, try 0.1. So that would... What do I expect to happen? Snow, if it's 100 units away, it would be 1. I mean, that's got a whole feel that I dig, but it's not really what I was going for here. Maybe it should be what I'm going for. That doesn't look terrible. It will with the sketchy lines, though. This is not what I should be going for. But anyway, yeah. This will make sense in a minute. I'm fading from Z height between 2 colors. So as you get lower, you're fading from the warm colors to the cool colors. That's what's happening right now. So now what I want to do is, rather than fade from warm to cool, fade from warm to desaturated version of warm. Agreement. Have you ever spent some time on the West Coast? Okay. So now, as things go down in level, they'll naturally become more desaturated and darker, which will hopefully draw the eye up. Let's make that a little bit more obvious too. That's just taking too many tiles to do that. Oh god. Well, too effective. You're moving to Oakland after living your whole life in Boston. Shit, man. That's good. Do you know people out there? It's good to be like thrown wildly out of your comfort zone. I never lived in Oakland, but that's gonna be interesting, I bet. California's interesting in general. Well, obviously it's the food. I mean, you're gonna give up pizza, you're gonna gain burritos. Like, there's a lot of good food out there. Totally different work ethic. People are way more laid back. Like, when people talk about working a lot on the East Coast versus the West Coast, they're talking about very different things. Like, San Francisco working a lot is like, oh my god, I didn't take a 2-hour lunch. I'm opinionated about that. Oh, I don't know. They're, it's definitely just a different vibe, I feel. I'll shit on San Francisco. Yeah, they don't work out there. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It's, there's a special Silicon Valley, like, oh my god, I stayed here until 8 p.m. at night. And I'm like, yeah, you came into work at 2. You came into work at like maybe 11:30, then you took a 2-hour fucking lunch. You've actually done very little, and I don't really give a fuck how many hours you work because you didn't get your shit done. It was just very different coming back to Boston. It was refreshing in a lot of ways. Boston represent. But on the upside, you know, you'll be a rock star out there, so that's kind of cool. I don't know. I miss both of it. I miss a lot of things about San Francisco. I definitely miss the weather. How long did I live in SF? I lived mostly in San Mateo. I moved around. I moved every year, and I moved 3 or 4 times. So, must have been 3 or 4 years. I don't know. Let me look at LinkedIn. I spent the first 6 months of my career were a gazillion, and then they closed, and then I was on a different team for 3 years. I have to look at my own fucking LinkedIn to figure that one out. Yeah. No, 2 years. Oh, shit. Okay, so I was only out there 2.5 years. They were good years. I had a very good time, to be fair. I did love it out there. Made a lot of friends. Had a very good time. And a lot of my ideas about the work ethic are mostly like the people I was working with at Gazillion were super burnt out. Like, did not at the pinnacle of their give a shit as far as their careers go. Really done with the giving of the shit. So it was perhaps not the best intro. think I'm doing too much to lighten the materials. I might need to... So, in the interest of not making my poor texture artist cry, here I'm multiplying by 0.5, here I'm going by the actual color, and then multiplying by 0.5 again. Let's say you multiply by, I don't know, like 1.1, maybe 1.2. Rather than darkening this one. So this is lerping, this is a lerp for the spotlight. Right now they're defining the color of the spotlight and I'm darkening it and I'm darkening it again. I'm just changing that to not be the case. Oh yeah, Chinatown was legit. You know, the first time I went to Koreatown, it happened to be, or Little K-Town or whatever, it happened to be like some giant anime convention or something, and everybody was cosplaying, and I believed when I moved out there, I was like, holy crap. I called my friends, I'm like, you guys don't understand. They have a whole part of San Francisco where people are always walking around in kimonos and shit, and everybody is always dressed up like anime characters. This city is insane. Also, the first week I moved out there was Beta Breakers. So I'm calling back and I'm talking to my friends. There's a whole area where everybody's always looks like they've just walked out of an anime. And like, I just got back from Beta Breakers and basically we just sat there and drank while people ran by, like some of them in the nude. I'm describing Beta Breakers to people. And I just believed like San Francisco was this madhouse when I first moved out there. It wasn't super wrong, but it's, you know, not quite that crazy. It was a good time. Oh, it's a very different vibe as far as... I will say I loved... I don't like the game dev scene in San Francisco at all. It's terrible. It's just a giant... Like, you think San Francisco... It's the startup culture. It's the idea of, like, you don't give a fuck about your customers or what you're making at all. Like, that's not the point in San Francisco. It's all about getting... you know, like your seed funding so that you can, you know, turn it into your like whatever B funding or whatever the fuck. Everything is spreadsheets. Here's how you make money, you know, like here's the new hot thing. It's chasing a trend. It's mostly selling stuff to venture capital. Your customers aren't the people that buy your game. Your customers are the investors. Like, you really don't give a fuck about the game, the way most people talk about what they're making. And the goal is to, you know, work for that company that's going to get sold for more money to some bigger company and then cash out. And it's just a very different feel versus the Boston scene, which is literally like, well, the Boston scene's pretty business focused. I don't know. Maybe it's just different being indie. I like indies for the most part. It can be a little bit too far on the other end of the spectrum sometimes, but it's just specifically the venture capital. And it might be who I was hanging out with in San Francisco, because everybody knew it was like in the mobile bullshit where they were doing, like I was working a gazillion on MMOs because MMOs were hot, and we were working like our investors were Oak, Temasek, and the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Dubai. And the investors would walk around and I would have to like, it was rare, but every now and then they'd have like investors in the office and they would come to me because I was like the chick. And my job was to like have some cool shit behind my screen. So I'd be working, but the work I was doing was never going to be a game. My job was really just to alt tab and be like, yeah, here I am, tightening up the levels on the graphics on level 4, like making up some bullshit to make some dude from some foreign country believe that we're making a game. It was such a song and dance and a load of it. Like, it was terrible. I hated it. I didn't realize how much I hated it until I went to Irrational, and it was this fulfilling, amazing thing. It's like making a game. Our goal is to make a good game so that the customers enjoy it and have fun. And like the investors, our source of funding was Take-Two, and we basically owned them. Like Ken, they would be like, do this, and Ken would be like, no, fight me. We have a contract. Are you going to bail? Here's what it'll take if you bail. You could just do anything. We had absolute power. It was ridiculous. I loved it. Oh, hey, Danlo. Yeah, well, you know who I worked with, man. Sorry. Sorry, Chris. I was talking about the difference. I'm talking about the venture capital. Not you guys, obviously. Talking about the venture capital side of things. Which is fair. Like, I didn't really... I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be bitchy. And I had a great time at Gazillion. Mostly hanging out with you guys. Like, the people I met there were great. It launched my career. And I've got no hard feelings there. I mean, we had a wild time. But definitely, it's different when your goal is to make a game for consumers versus when your goal is to make a game for venture capitalists. Like, it's just a different thing. Sorry. Linksky, the Boston game dev scene is kind of weird, in that we never hang out. Like, theoretically, there's a lot of us, but we never meet up, ever, for some reason. Like, I run into the Boston developers more when I go to GDC than I do when I'm here. I made Chris Lum sad. Alright. That's probably a sign I should go to bed. I am getting salty. Thanks for hanging out, Dan. Thanks for everybody for being here. I'm gonna check out. Got a high sodium diet up in here. Yeah, I know. Oh, I got a lot of work to do, Dan. All right. Later, everybody.